in the ring, it's going to be a more competitive fight than what people think. But, you know, I think Tank's skills is just above these guys.
I'm gonna go back to the drawing board. Obviously, you know, I didn't do enough to win, so I'm gonna make sure we do.
Lamont's time might be up, at least according to Adrien Broner. After watching Gervonta Davis push through some brutally intense training footage, Broner thinks this fight might look close at first glance. But deep down, he believes Tank's talent is just on another level. In Broner's eyes, this won't be much of a test for Gervonta if he keeps his head clear and steers clear of the distractions that threw him off in their first meeting. When Tank's locked in mentally, Broner sees him as simply unbeatable.
I'm pretty sure y'all know whose side I'm on. Of course, I'm with Tank. But I think it's going to be a more... it's going to be a bigger fight than what people think, as far as in the ring. I know it's going to be a big fight to the fans, of course. But in the ring, it's going to be a more competitive fight than what people think. But, you know, I think Tank's skills is just above these guys, man. And plus he got that showstopper. So, as long as Tank is 100% straight, focused, man, you know, I don't think he have no problem with that.
Adrien Broner has always been closely tied to Gervonta Davis's rise in the boxing world. At one point, they were nearly inseparable, constantly seen together, trading advice, and pushing each other to stay locked in on the sport. But as time went on, their careers naturally drifted in different directions. Still, Broner is quick to say the bond never really faded, even if their paths no longer run side by side. These days, their relationship is built on mutual respect, each fighter walking his own road, yet still holding on to the connection they once shared so deeply.
Like right now, me and Tank, like, it's weird because he loved me to death, he know I love him to death, but we don't talk every day how we used to. Nigga, it used to be a time where you ain't see me without Tank, or you ain't see Tank without me. But what happened was, I think what happened was, he just like, damn, bro. I feel like he look up to me so much, it's like, I let him down. Cause he know, cause he's somebody that really know, like, what I can do and how good I am. And it's like, he feel like, man, tripping. You know what I mean?
In a heartfelt moment of reflection, Broner opened up about the turning point when he stepped aside as Davis's mentor and passed the torch to Floyd Mayweather. He realized he couldn't provide everything Davis's immense talent deserved. The resources, the financial muscle, the spotlight, Mayweather had all of it, and Broner knew it. It was a rare, selfless choice, one that put Davis's future ahead of pride. There was no ego, just a smart, measured decision that helped launch Tank toward the superstardom he was always meant for.
I brought him to the gym with an AB shirt on.
Ooh, true story.
But I didn't have everything right yet. You know, everything wasn't moving yet. You know, I was a little slow on my feet. So I gave him the floor. And every time we bring it up, Floyd like, thank you, AB. You gave me a good one.
Does that feel like a win for About Billions Promotions as well?
Of course, because at the end of the day, I don't care who promotes Gervonta Davis. I'm still going to support him. Same way. You know, he's a little brother to me.
Tank been around us since he was like 17, 16. Adrien was already famous on TV and everything. He brought him on the internet. Twin didn't even know him. Flew him out, let him live with him.
Yeah. He lived with him?
Yeah.
How much fun was that?
We were fun. I had him in
We was on bullshit.
What? I remember when he was in Cincinnati. Like, he was at the gym, working out with y'all and everything. You had him on what?
He was working out crazy.
I had a little Tank. You know, don't get me wrong.
Broner still calls Davis his younger brother, even with all the incredible success Davis has earned over the past few years. As Gervonta rises to become one of boxing's biggest stars, Broner insists their bond hasn't changed. Davis still looks to him as a guiding force, a big brother who once cleared the path and continues to cheer him on from a distance. Fame might change how the world sees them, but behind the scenes, their connection stays grounded in loyalty and a deep, personal history they both carry.
You my brother, and I see something, I'm gonna call and check up on you, see if everything works. Or if it ain't right and I feel like you should be over here, I'm gonna let you know. And that's just all it was. That's my baby brother. You know, he called and shit. That's what it was. And now we here.
Is y'all relationship the same in that way? Like, cause Calvin said that yesterday too. He was like that. There was a point where he was like, when Tank first got around you, he didn't want to leave. He was like, we had to track Tank down. Like, yo, where the fuck is he? Why he don't want to come back? Is it still that same type of energy?
Of course.
Like with y'all?
Hell yeah.
Cause you know, I'm just saying, like, now that Tank is like the face of boxing, right? So sometimes, you know, when a nigga gets some clout and they get some money, it's like shit change.
See, one thing about him, why I respect him so much, because even though he's where he at right now in the sport and in the cash cow of the sport right now, he still look at me as big bro. He still look at me as big bro, and he still respect me as big bro. And our relationship.
Out of Las Vegas, a new energy is rising around Davis, a quiet storm of confidence. His camp feels different now, tight, professional, completely locked in. Those watching up close are struck by how dialed in his training has become. Every move, every drill is part of a plan, showcasing sharper focus, better conditioning, and laser-like precision. Inside the camp, they say he's not just getting ready for a fight, he's chasing something deeper. This isn't routine. This is redemption. And in this camp, everyone feels it. This one is personal. Meanwhile, Lamont Roach has made one thing clear: he refuses to be anyone's stepping stone. He owns up to falling short in their first clash, but now, he's promising a whole different story in the rematch. His camp has broken down Davis's every move, tailoring their game plan to meet the moment. Lamont's energy feels transformed, sharper, bolder, no longer hesitant. The spotlight doesn't shake him anymore. This time, he's stepping into the ring not just chasing a win, but demanding the respect he knows he's earned.
I'm here with Lamont Roach. We're here at Fanatics Fest. What's going on with you, champ? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Feeling great.
I know you got that fight coming up. The rumors is out sometime August, September. Are you currently in training camp right now?
I actually leave out for camp next week.
Next week?
Yeah.
How you feeling going into the rematch, champ?
Like a champ, like I'm supposed to. I've been in the gym, I've been ready. Time to ramp it up, kick it in gear, and get right to work.
I'm gonna ask you a quick question about the fight. The first fight with Tank. What did you see in that fight that can help you propel into the next fight?
I saw all I needed to see in that first fight. Trust me. I'm gonna go back to the drawing board. Obviously, you know, I didn't do enough to win, so I'm gonna make sure we do more than enough to win.
Kenny Ellis has seen it all from deep inside Davis's camp. And while he respects Roach's hard work in training, he's quick to draw a line between gym buzz and what really happens under the lights. To Ellis, sparring clips and flashy workouts fade fast once the fists start flying. What makes Davis different is his toughness when it counts, his ability to bounce back, adjust, and fight with pure heart. That's the edge, Ellis says. Training builds your body, sure. But in the ring? It's mindset and willpower that separate the good from the great.
Some great pad work that Gervonta Davis has put up. He put up a message as well, and I feel like it's great for the promotion because there's a lot of things going on in boxing. So he put I'll put him on a flatbed in Harlem Hospital. Yeah, I told him we rumbling.
Bang! I didn't see that one.
Crazy message. I see that a lot of people are not really talking about that. This fight March 1st, I see Lamont working out a lot in the gym with his father with a whole bunch of coaches up in Florida. Do you see a different Lamont Roach coming into this fight?
No, I don't. It's, I tell people all the time, no offense, this is not a Lamont Roach, but a fighter can do everything in the gym, man. They can do their push-ups, their pull-ups, they can run 10 miles a day, they can eat their diet, they can change their diet, they can do everything right, but it have to be in your DNA to take pain. You know what I'm saying?
Looking back, many feel Davis never truly unleashed his full power in that first showdown. Maybe it was distractions, a shaky game plan, or just a lack of fire, but the Tank that night wasn't the one fans have come to know. Now, with his reputation on the line, Davis is locking in tighter than ever. This rematch isn't just about getting the win, it's about making a statement. He's not stepping in just to beat Lamont. He's stepping in to silence the doubt, to remind the world exactly who he is inside those ropes.
Tank out here selling under 150,000 pay-per-views, you kidding me? Oh man, face of boxing, yeah, turn that shit off. Yeah, we shutting that shit down. Every single time. Does Shakur really want to fight Tank? I think Shakur could sell a bit more with somebody else. Especially in Saudi, I feel like they can find him a dancing partner that'll do a little bit better than 150,000. Okay, I get it. This is why PBC delayed this fight for what, 5 months? Y'all ain't want to pay this motherfucker because y'all know he can't sell. I mean, this should have been evident. If you do the math, Tank has never been that great of a pay-per-view draw. He sold over 300K twice now in his career. He sold over 300K with Ryan Garcia. That's obvious. Ryan's the bigger star. And then he sold over 300 with Martin. He sold about 325. But when we put it in perspective, that Frank Martin fight was a comeback fight after a year layoff, so it was always going to sell. Every comeback fight's going to sell. It was one of the first pay-per-views on Amazon's new PBC deal, so they were really trying to push it. And then he had David Benavidez as the co-main event with Gary Russell and Alberto Puello under them. You take away all those factors that this wasn't a comeback fight. David Benavidez isn't the co-main event, and Amazon has now been in the game for over a year. It makes sense it only sold 150. I know there's going to be a couple of you guys in the comments. No, it sold 500K. Don't be so gullible. It didn't sell 500K. I don't know if Tank's a top... Well, I know for a fact he's not a top 5 draw in the sport of boxing anymore. Whoa. He's not selling pay-per-views. Bivol better be up just triple him. Well, Jerry, their pay-per-views are cheaper. Don't matter. All that matters is who has more eyes watching him, and Bivol and Better BF do. Tank does not.
Davis has rebuilt his camp from the ground up, bringing back the coaches and team members he's always trusted most. This tight-knit circle once molded him into a champion, and now they're sharpening every edge. From smarter conditioning to high-pressure sparring, Davis is tackling every flaw exposed in that last fight. His training feels different now, more complete, more grown. It's not about noise or flash. It's about growth through humility. Because real greatness isn't just about rising, it's about knowing when to reset, refocus, and rise again.
Evolve.
Was anybody else who is a Tank Gervonta Davis fan nervous watching that fight last night? I was nervous after probably the third round. I was like, yeah, I don't know about this. Here's the thing. I think we all know Tank didn't take this fight as serious as he should have. In the post-fight press conference, he said he didn't know what round it was. He said he lost track of the rounds. That's not like him to do that. But I think he went in with the same game plan he typically does, where he just wears these guys down and then kind of baits them into just a crazy uppercut counter. And if you saw in the 11th and 12th round, he was going for it, but he couldn't connect it because this Lamont Roach guy, he's fast, he's quick. And as a Baltimore native, I wanted Tank to win. I wanted him to win. The whole Be More DC thing, I wanted him to win. I don't know if y'all saw when Tank was getting his hands wrapped, he was yawning. He didn't take it serious. But one silver lining is that he's probably not retiring now. He's got to take that rematch. And here's the thing, when he takes that rematch, when they do fight again, this fight, Tank's going to win this handily. He'll probably win it in the 7th or 8th. But yeah, it wasn't a draw. Tank lost that fight. He took a knee. Strategically, he took a knee. But he took a knee. Tank lost that fight. Unfortunately. But I'm excited for that rematch. I feel like it's probably going to be the most watched boxing match in history.
In their first fight, one strange moment stood out, Davis's unexpected fall. Insiders say it wasn't from a punch or fatigue, but from something as simple as hair product getting in his eyes. It wasn't about conditioning or power, just a freak moment that reshapes the story. If true, it points to a technical slip, not a flaw in skill. The fix is easy, but the lesson runs deep. Preparation means mastering even the tiniest details. For Gervonta Davis, this rematch goes far beyond belts or checks. It's about reclaiming who he is. That first fight stirred doubt, and critics began to wonder if the old, unstoppable Tank still existed. Davis hears it all, and he's turning that doubt into drive. A dominant win won't just shut down the noise. It'll remind everyone exactly where he stands in the sport. This is the kind of night where reputations are either rebuilt or lost.
People keep saying like Lamont dang near like beat Tank like clean, like basically like we seen it, like yeah, he did Tank that one, but like Tank was limping out the ring. Bro, he didn't even get over on Tank for real. Y'all only saying that because Tank took the knee. And when Tank took the knee, it wasn't how like Ryan Garcia was when he took the knee once Tank went to his body. It was like, dang, like I'm taking him to get right back up. Can you do that in boxing? No. But y'all can't say that basically that, oh yeah, he won because of the knee. That shows that people just want to see Tank lose, bruh. Cause y'all betting y'all money on basically Tank losing because of that knee. Yes, it was a good fight. Yes, I'm not gonna lie. Lamont was defending himself like he's skilled. But bro, he ain't walk all over Tank. Tank, bro, if y'all go back and watch the highlights, I just watched the highlights last night. Them last couple of rounds, bro, Lamont was balled up. Tank was literally, he was trying, like you could tell Tank was like, dang, I waited too long. So he was trying to throw some stuff like to make sure he get that one blow, but it didn't work. So that's why they doing that rematch so they could start over from scratch, round 1 to round 12. We gonna start over clean and let's see what's going on now. Now y'all want to be saying, oh no, man, I ain't gonna lie. At the end of the day, the first fight is what matters. No, it don't. Tank was, look, he real enough to say, hey, bro, let's do a rematch. Now, if he ain't do a rematch, he's like, oh yeah, something going on. Nah, hush, hush. Hey, Calvin, step to the side. Let me get somebody else right now. I'm gonna be hush. Let me get back in the gym and put my hat on. And we go at it again.
Even though the outcome didn't go Davis' way, glimpses of his brilliance still lit up the ring. His lightning-fast hands, pinpoint counters, and slick defense gave Roach serious trouble early on. Analysts agree, the problem wasn't his skill, it was staying locked in from start to finish. If Davis can stretch those strong rounds into a complete showing, this rematch could tell a whole new story. Team Davis isn't denying the original game plan had merit, they just fell short in execution. So rather than scrap everything, they're doubling down on what worked, fine-tuning the edges. By studying Roach's habits and movement patterns, they're adjusting key pressure points and tightening up finishing combos. This isn't a reinvention, it's an upgrade. Davis isn't coming in as someone new. He's coming in sharper, wiser. And that shift might just be the edge that changes it all.
Are you willing and able?
You know, a lot of people gearing up to this fight, I feel like more people, like boxing heads, are giving more respect to this fight than you have all these other fights. You know, you got the Shakurs and the Floyd Schofields. You got Teofimo might be entertaining a fight with Richardson Hitchins. You got Devin Haney fighting Jose Ramirez. When you look at Tank Davis and Lamont Roach, among all those other fights, like, do you feel like this, as a boxing fan, is just more of a competitive, like, get off your seat type of fight?
Yeah, like I said, Roach has always been at the top of the game in the amateurs and the pros. He's a world champion right now, and he got skill, you know? And everybody know Tank, what he coming with.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people didn't know Roach a few months ago, but they did their research now and they say, oh, this motherfucker can rumble. So now people's eyebrows going up, you know?
Why do you believe he's so underrated? Do you believe it's because of him being a champion at 130 pounds?
No. A lot of times it got a lot to do with how people promote themselves too, you know what I mean? Promotion got a lot to do with it. If people don't know you, they just don't know you, you know?
Right.
He just laid back. He just a laid back kid, man.
Davis' greatest weapon has always been his patience. He doesn't force it, He studies, he waits. And when the moment comes, he strikes with power that can flip a fight in seconds. That balance is what makes him so dangerous. Analysts like Teddy Atlas call him the total package, not just a puncher, but a tactician. The first fight caught people off guard, as Roach stood tall despite giving up size. He didn't get bullied, he landed clean shots and earned respect. That night gave Roach belief, but it also lit a fire in Davis. Now, the rematch feels charged with something new. Fans saw Roach absorb Tank's power, and Roach knows he can. So now the spotlight shifts, can Davis crank up the pressure and dominate like everyone expected? That's the question he's getting ready to answer without hesitation.
Nobody, and I repeat, nobody likes ties in a damn boxing fight, bro. A tie? Are you kidding me? Like, I'm not gonna lie, like round 8 or 9, that was going crazy. Like it was back and forth and everything, but like, come on, stop it. Stop. Davis was supposed to get that fight, bro. He was supposed to win, bro. Like, are you kidding me? Like, who's ever in charge, bro, if it ends in a tie, y'all are going to immediately fight until somebody gets knocked out. Simple as that. Whoever falls first loses. It is that simple, bro. It is that simple. Because if they do a rematch and it's Lambert in this fight, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. So you might as well fight immediately right after that. Like what are we doing? A tie? Cap. I call cap.
That's it for today's video. Stick around, because next time, we dive even deeper into the story, so don't miss it.